best ways to get Emily, like, really frustrated is when, like, technology interferes with my ability to work. Like, I have never felt so, like, I am never so flash pan angry as when it's, like, the Wi-Fi cuts out. Like, that is something that really, I feel like that's, like, a human, I don't know if that's, like, a human trait or if that's, like, a Gen Z thing or, like, it just, technology, oh, thank you, yay. Technology that should work and should be, like, very commonplace, is what annoys me. Why do I enjoy working so much? I've probably been conditioned by capitalism. That's gotta be it. But how are you guys doing? Because I just want to come on here and be like, hey, because, yeah, whoever I commented that was right. I have not been streaming on Twitch, like, at all, which makes me so sad. School's good. I got a 4.0. I'm currently on winter break right now, so I don't really have much to do, except that I really should be working on my undergraduate research, and I'm kind of ignoring it for now, so, yeah. But, yeah, finals ended up going really well, despite how stressed out I was about them. I think my lowest final was an 86, and my other three were A's. But so I was able to, like, secure an A in every class, which was great. I am originally from LA. I go to school in Pittsburgh, which is why it seems like I'm always there, but right now I'm home in LA. So I'm a dual major. I'm getting a degree in decision science and business administration. So yeah, but I do want to be a lawyer, so it's kind of secondary to everything. How is everybody's Happy New Year? Do you guys have any interesting New Year's resolutions? Mine was to work out every day. Because I just, like, don't work out at all, and it's, like, not been good for me. So I, like, started working the treadmill and stuff, and then today I'm going to go on a hike, which I think counts as a workout, because I haven't worked out at all. So I'm like, you know what, I'm so much more, I just need to be consistent, because, like, consistency is, like, obviously, like, over a long period of time, like, more effective than, like, really, like, rushing into anything right now. And I just don't want to, like, stress myself out and, like, end up being, I don't know, end up, like, not going to the gym because I'm like, I can't do, like, 2-hour-long workouts. So I've just been, like, working out pretty, like, chill, and that's been mine. Be active and be happy, that's great. Do you regularly work out? I'm starting to now. So yeah. Thoughts on dudes with daddy issues? Can we just, like, blanket statement? It's, like, so weird that we, like, have sexualized, like, mommy issues or, like, daddy issues. Like, that's really weird, right? Like, I feel like a lot of us just have, like, parental issues because, like, your parents being perfect is probably not something you experienced. Like, I don't know. I feel like everybody has kind of daddy issues. Don't they? That's literally the content you make. Yeah, I know. But, like, I'm, like, playing into something that's already been commodified. Like, it's still bizarre. Anyways. How's Playboy going? It's going well. I'm actually going into the office tomorrow to pitch, something new, so that's gonna be exciting. Jesus Christ, these comments. Hi, Ozzy. I am from, happy 2023 too, Paraguay. Brother-in-law doesn't have daddy issues. He's got 2 moms. You know, I feel like he would have some kind of daddy issues regardless. I feel like everybody's just got issues with their parents. Just a given, kind of. How was my New Year? My New Year was good. Yesterday I literally didn't do anything. And I really should be doing work right now, but I'm, like, reluctantly putting it off. reluctantly, easily putting it off. I am procrastinating. Do I like Pennsylvania? I do like going to school there. I'm not so sure if I would like living there, but I definitely don't want to raise a kid here. I would never want to raise a child in LA. Have I been to Philly? I have. I really like Philly. I think I just like historical cities. I just think it's cool. I really liked DC. Been curious for a while. How tall are you? I'm 5'5.5", so I'm actually like the perfect average height of American women. So yay. You need to go on TikTok live more often. Well, see, usually I just stream on Twitch, so I'm like, what's the point? Like, come on, it's silly. This is my first time hearing your voice ever. Oh, God, I hope it's okay. Putting on pineapple on pizza? So I actually can't eat pizza. I have a gluten intolerance, so. The question of, like, do I miss debate is so sad, and I just, like, don't really want to think about it. Like, it makes... I was never going to be able to have debate like I had it in high school and college, especially because, like, Congress isn't, like, a college debate style. But thinking about it does make me so sad. I loved debate. My major is decision science and business administration. You guys, if you want me to go live more often, like, if you're, like, craving that, I go live on, like, I Twitch stream. And I do just chatting. So I do that, like, all the time. That's in my Linktree. Did I do speech in high school? I did speech and debate, yes. Do you ever talk about Fortnite here? My mom plays Fortnite. I don't, so. And that kind of comes across as, like, a roast. But I mean, like, no, like, my mom actually does play Fortnite. And she's, like, really good at it. But I'm not very good at it. Yeah, Ozzy, saw that one. It is what it is. What's Twitch? What you mean? What you mean, what's Twitch? Are you being facetious here? Or for reals? Because that would be weird. Any big plans for today? I'm just going on a hike. And then I might Twitch stream, so you guys should follow me on there, I guess. I didn't know this was a thing that we didn't know about. Never seen you live. Yeah, I don't really go live, because I stream on Twitch again. Do you hang out with Sophia and Rylan anymore? I do hang out with Sophia. She's currently not in the state. We keep missing each other. But Sophia and I text all the time. Favorite type of ice cream? I think Rocky Road. I love Rocky Road ice cream. My mom hates it because she doesn't like marshmallows, but I think it's delish. And Patrick Bateman. Have you guys actually read American Psycho? Because, like, I watched the movie and then I was like, oh, that was, like, gory. Let me read the book, though. And then I almost cried because it was one of the most, like, disturbing, oh my God, yikes. Like, just horrific stuff. The rat scene was crazy. The scene, like, just the description of him putting a girl's brain, like, boiling a girl's brain and, like, just eating it, like, by itself, just gross. I did read Dune. I read, and then I read I read a bunch of the sequels, but I can't remember much of it because I read it super, super fast last year. And I didn't really internalize a lot. But I read Dune, and then I read Shadow of the Desert, and I think I read up until, like, the fourth book, I think. My favorite book is Ender's Game, just because I've loved it for so long. And it's so great. I also love The History of Love, and I Know This Much Is True. Those are great books. Let me invite you to Cancun, all included, please. Bro, send the invite. Like, I don't want to be here. No, I haven't, but I know there's some pretty gory stuff in it. It's, like, okay. Whatever, if you guys have seen American Psycho, and you're like, like, Patrick Bateman is, like, suave, whatever. Right? Like, yeah, he is. But reading the book is, like, something that I would not recommend if you like the movie, because he is, like, he's, like, actually so despicable. Like, he grosses me out so much, and, like, the biggest content warning ever on that book. Like, if you are somebody who throws up easily, do not read American Psycho. I hated the movie adaptation of Ender's Game, but that's because, like, okay, so one, like, it was never going to be a good adaptation because Ender is supposed to be 12 years old when the book starts, and then it covers until he's 18. It was kind of the same issue with, like, the Percy Jackson stuff, where it's like, you just don't look 12 years old to me. It's not believable. That's not Ender Wiggin. And also, like, the thing that makes Ender's Game, like, a phenomenal book that is great for children, also, like, still, I think, like, isn't a good and enjoyable read for me, is that, like, the internal monologue of him strategizing is, like, entertaining and interesting. And, like, understanding war strategy through, like, a child's eyes is, like, a really unique perspective that we never get. And you just can't, there are just some things that you cannot really translate well over to cinema. And, like, that's okay. That's why some books should just stay books. Like, I think that the issue is that Ender's Game is a sci-fi, but, like, that's, like, what makes it entertaining to read is not necessarily the sci-fi portions, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have read it. I'm going to spoil it, okay? So if you are planning on reading Ender's Game and you haven't, in the past 30 years, you've had time to read it, I'm just going to spoil it. So the way that the book ends is, the book is basically about this, like, 12-year-old who gets recruited to be, it's in a dystopian future where, like, we face an alien invasion, and they think that there's a second alien invasion coming, and he's been recruited to be, like, potentially, like, a new captain. Like, the U.S. military, it's like a global military, is trying to defend Earth, right? And so they find Ender Wiggin, he's, like, this prodigy, and they start training him from the moment he was, like, 12 years old. Now, he excels through the ranks and is pushed really, really hard, like, beyond belief hard, like, it's, like, I would say, like, is abusive AF. And he ends up, like, escalating all the way in his training to, like, this secondary school where he's, like, basically spending 24/7 just, like, working with this old space commander, right? And he has this, like, final exam, basically, where they've been playing on these simulations is what they've been doing. They've been, like, working on defeating these, like, computer-generated military formations of the alien army. And so his final's, like, super, super hard, and he, like, doesn't really know how to prepare for it. And horrifyingly, he realizes that, like, the way to do it is that he has to, like, basically sacrifice his fleet to blow up. The aliens are all concentrated on, like, they have a fleet around a planet, and he realizes that, like, the way to win is to blow up the planet. And so he does. He, like, completely destroys the fleet, whatever. And all of a sudden, everybody around him is, like celebrating, like, really celebrating, like, really ecstatic. And he's, like, confused about what's going on because, like, this is just his final, right? Except it wasn't. Except he just, like, Ender Wiggin just committed genocide. Like, that's is that he actually this whole time had been fighting the aliens with real human soldiers that had been sent out, right? Like, the practice war games weren't practice, they were just war. And, like, grappling with that, like, that is something that you can't depict in cinema. I don't know. You would have to have, like, just world-class actors, the kind that, like, I personally have never seen, to be able to, like, convey the fear and anger and resentment and shock and how horrified you would have felt to know that, like, oh my God. So not only not only this whole time have I been sacrificing human lives, because he thinks he's been playing with this, like, drone army on the computer, right? No. They've been, like, actual human ships. And sometimes he would come up with these strategies where, like, you would sacrifice this fleet so that this other fleet could sneak around. And he's been doing that this whole time. And, like, condemning people to just mass death. Like, we're talking about Ender's Game, which is, like, my favorite book. And I'm talking about why it's my favorite book and why the movie was never going to be good. Because you are never going to capture, like, the pitfall that Ender feels when he realizes, like, I have detached myself so much from my humanity and empathy that I have eradicated an entire species. Like, that is what I have done. That's so cool. That is such an interesting, like, that's such an interesting story, and it was, like, boiled down to be something fucking stupid so that we could, like, mass market it. It's just so upsetting. Whatever. I thought the Dune movie was great, though. So I think that the Dune movie, like, okay, reading Dune, one thing I will say is that Paul definitely feels, maybe they're gonna flesh this out more, because obviously, like, the Dune movie was only, like the first third of Dune, the actual book. But, like, maybe they're going to flesh this out more. But Paul, to me, in the books, feels so much more like he has this concept of terrible, oh, thank you for the galaxy, slay. Like, Paul has this concept of terrible purpose kind of from the get-go. And that, like, colors every action of his, right? Like, also, I thought, like, I don't know how they're gonna be able to, like, all of the like, the cool lore about the Bene Gesserit, and, like, the fact that Paul isn't necessarily a prophet, is that the Bene Gesserit has been, like, setting up, like, the people of Dune to find a Messiah, and it was, like, Paul was conveniently there. Like, I don't know how they're gonna, I don't know. I feel like just a lot of what's cool about Dune is, like, the inner, well, especially in the like, series afterwards. I don't know, not maybe Dune less so, but the series afterwards, like, what's really cool is, like, them sitting around and, like, having these, like, political discussions. Like, that's sick as fuck. And I feel like that could be maybe lost in the translation over to cinema. I think I got up to the 4th book. I don't really remember because I read a bunch of them really, really fast last year. So I think I got to the 4th book. I have not read anything in the Expanse series, to my knowledge. I think the sequel might somehow pay off. I hope so. Missed it if you already gave your opinion on the first half of the movie adaptation. I mean, I thought it was, like, as good as it's gonna be. I thought it was cool. It was weird that they marketed it as, like, though Zendaya was in the movie, because if she's, like, I mean, I don't know. That was kind of weird strat for marketing. Because I feel like a lot of people who went to watch it hadn't maybe read Dune, so. I don't know. Where did I get these leggings? My drawer. I'm not sure. I think they're my sister's, but I don't know where. So. What's my workout routine right now? It's just, like, treadmill, stretch, light ab workouts. I'm just trying to, I don't really have a routine, so I'm just trying to, like, be working out every day. Ideally. Do you have any podcast recommendations? Yes. Maintenance Phase. You're Wrong About the Earlier Episodes. Harvard Data Science Review. If Books Could Kill. That's so cool. I'm going to go because I want to eat ice cream. But this was nice. And if you're like, oh my god, I wish you went live more often. I stream on Twitch, like, all the time. So just follow me on Twitch because all I do is just chatting. Slay. Bye, guys.